once again.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matti Valentine Cole. Hope you're doing well. I got a question the other day, and we're going to discuss this really fast. The question was, Matti, do you think the world is going to get better or worse? That's a pretty vague and open question. So, I'm going to put it as succinctly as I can, and to give people some context. I'm Generation X. I'm almost 50. So I'm coming at this from the perspective of someone who's been around, from a man who was raised by baby boomers. I'm a guy who has been at the forefront of every technological advance. When I was a little kid, there was no internet, there was no cable, no social media, there was no cell phones, there was just the phone that people had in their house. Okay? So, my generation has been through more cultural and diverse changes in the last 50 years than any other generation afterwards. So here's my thing. I think the world can get better, but it will only get better if the people who are silent and have the views that we knew to be true for the last 5 decades will do it. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against anybody who is different. I have nothing against anyone who thinks different. What you do in your own head, in your own home, in your own heart, that is your business. And you have the freedom of this country to do that. What I don't like is when people try to inflict their views and values on others. And worse, try to get the government to mandate laws that force people to bend the knee on views, ideas, and ideologies. That's not what freedom is. Freedom is you do you, I do me. You don't tell me why I think I'm wrong. I don't tell you why you think you're wrong. We agree to disagree, and then we can go bowling, and we can be friends. The best group of friends you can ever have is a bunch of people that either think like you or a bunch of people who have a variety of different opinions, but have the good sense to keep it to themselves. Stay in their own lane. I think if people continue to do that, instead of just being whiny, complaining, oh, I'm offended about this, I'm offended about that, all this other bullshit, we'll be better off. But if we continue to let the government have power to control our freedom of speech, our freedom of religion, our freedom to be who we are, in our minds, in our hearts, and in the privacy of our own homes, or even in public, that's a problem. And thank God we have the Second Amendment to protect us from that stuff. Second thing is, I pray for the people in Ukraine, but their war is none of our business. And we've got way too much debt, way too many resources, and way too much crap to be spending this ungodly amount of money on people who should be fighting for themselves. That's what we do. People come to us, we get them back. But we no longer have the luxury of being the world's police force. We shouldn't. Not until we've taken care of our own people at home. And that is making sure that everybody has the right to work, the right to speak, the way to breathe, to raise their kids the way they want to, and not have the schools influence or corrupt our kids into things that do not gel with what we are raised to believe. I think that, yeah, I'm very much a go along to get along kind of a dude until you get in my face and say I have to behave a certain way. Then we got a problem. And it'll be brief. And that's not what this is about. So, I think you can guess. I'm very much red pill. And I hope you are too. Because that is the only thing that's going to save us from the enemy that lives within. And that's all I got to say about that. Hope that answers your question. If you have anything else you want to ask, please leave them in the comments below. And if there's anything else you want to add, also leave them in the comments below. Common denominator, leave them in the comments below. Give the video a like. If this is your first time here, hey, please consider subscribing if this is the kind of content that you enjoy. But as always, keep the shadows at your feet and forever out of your heart. I loves you. I appreciate you. Latest.